Okay, I don't know what you've done, but someone is really thinking about you morning, noon, and night. This message is not for everyone, okay? Whoever this person is, they cannot only feel you, as in like they feel your emotions, they feel you in their body. It's really wild because they are having these waves of sensations where it's like all encompassing. And well, they're really at a point where they're like, what the heck is actually going on? And the wild thing is, both of you feel the same way. Both of you are having these intense sensations, like physically, but also spiritually. Like, this is an all-encompassing thing. This is really intense. Both of you feel it. No one is saying it out loud because you're both overwhelmed, but in different ways, you know? And well, especially this person, whoever this is, they have these vivid images of you and them, almost like a vision of the future, where this is what is kind of going on. They're trying to go to sleep at night. They're like, okay, I'm gonna just get my mind off of it, but they can't. And then they have these almost like a flash of a memory of the future with you, where they can sense that there's something going on, but they can't really understand it. They can't explain it. They don't know what you're doing to them, because part of them is almost like, did you put a spell on me? Like, you are, you know, the way I'm picking up on your energies, you are just like with that card, you're a mythical creature from another realm, and this is how they see you. This is why they keep asking themselves, like, did you put a spell on me? Because how come that you had this effect on me? This is what they're kind of thinking, like, how can you are this normal person, they thought, you know, at first glance. But then as this all started, like, you both kind of knew what was going on. No one was saying it, but it kind of was necessary because you have this connection. The lovers, oh my God, the lovers at the bottom, by the way. You have this connection that is going on, I want to say, in the unseen realms. They have, honestly, they have never experienced this before. So they might be a little bit spiritual. They might be a little bit attuned to all these subtle energies, but whatever is hitting them currently is a little bit overwhelming. I'm gonna say it as it is. I've been taking a couple of notes, and by the way, someone did not want you to hear this message. I am not joking. It's an hour later. I've been trying to film this. Don't ask me how many times I started over. I feel like this is what is happening with you right now. You keep starting over with each other, and you want to make it work. I can't even talk. You want to make it work because both of you feel that there is more to this connection, that this is not just a crush, okay? Spirit is saying you have a soul connection, and the way that this shows is, and this is also what is so overwhelming to them, is like they hear a song, you know, and it's almost like a message from you, and they are stopped in their tracks for a moment. And this, by the way, this is someone who's actually very confident. They're, you know, from the outside looking in, they might come across as, oh my God, they're so confident and whatnot. But this has just messed with their mind so much. It's like they go through their day, they hear a song, and it's almost like it hits them. They're like frozen for a moment. I'm seeing them really freeze, and then they feel you. You are, in a sense, you're everywhere they go. They hear songs, they see angel numbers, signs, synchronicities. Your name keeps coming up. It's like you are everywhere and they cannot run from it. And they had this moment, you know, earlier I was saying like a vision of the future. They had a moment where they, wow, in the Ace of Wands, where they They were picturing, oh my God, and the Knight of Pentacles too. They really want to make you an offer, by the way, is what I'm hearing. I want to get to that in a second. But they had a moment of a vision of the future where almost they got a taste of what it's like. And because of that emotional connection to you, because they can feel you, they can not only feel how you feel, you know, like your emotions, but they can feel your presence and your absence wildly, because it's like you keep them awake at night with that owl, you know, they're kind of dreaming with their eyes open, and it's like you're missing. And they would reach over, you know, and they would be like, oh my God, like, what would it be like to have you there? You know, to spend that time with you. If only they could get over their own ego. Because they do feel the void. But on the other hand, it's like they also feel the connection. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense. I hope I'm not rambling. But I've been taking notes because honestly, it is so warm right now that I am all over the place. So sorry for that, but it is what it is. So a spirit was saying slow burn. There is a lot of passion in this, especially with the Ace of Wands. This is fire, passion. There is curiosity about you, wanting to get to know you, you know, wanting to be in your presence, to feel you, to experience you. And the Knight of Pentacles is their intention, by the way. If you have been questioning this person's intentions, okay, they are coming in with clear intentions. They might not be the person to move fast, you know, to like a knight of swords who would move in fast, you know, communicate. But they are moving with intention, but with fire, with passion. They could be a fire sign, take it how it resonates, but you ignite something within them that they have never felt before with other people, like in other relationships, on top of all these otherworldly things that are going on between you, you know? So Spirit was saying, the silence has never been that loud. The silence, these nights where you're not talking, everything is said, like you're speaking, your hearts are communicating, what is spoken between your hearts is louder than words. And honestly, I had it in another reading where it was about a soul connection. It's like, and it's also 1-1 on my camera, like how much time is left. Like, you're definitely going through a timeline shift. Like, you might be seeing 1-1-1, you might be seeing 11-11, 2-2-2, or 5-5-5 as well. You are communicating in a way where you're feeling each other, where you're sensing each other. This is more than just like, okay, I'm thinking about someone a lot. It's like there's something between you that cannot be explained, only felt. And that is why Spirit is urging you to go into this, 5 of Swords, leave it behind. Leave whatever happened with other people behind. And I know how hard it is sometimes. Like, I'm on the twin flame journey, and sometimes you're really being faced with a lot from your past because you're working through it. But Spirit is saying resist the urge to pick everything apart. Even in this insecure time where you don't know what's really going on and you want to see the movement and seemingly nothing is happening, but in the void, everything is happening because you're already communicating. Spirit is saying, now is the time to let go of the disappointment of the past, you know, the disappointment that other people have caused you, because don't let your experiences of the past with other people dictate what you're going to experience with this person. Also, why the rush? You know, with the Lovers, it's a decision, but to me, this is what you're carrying. You're carrying the baggage of the past and kind of like the betrayal or hurt or whatever people have caused you. I feel like there is a lot of rejection or feeling left out, feeling backstabbed, maybe even just feeling overall like, can I even trust people? They, on the other hand, are more the type of person who just doesn't want to mess it up, and they have a big ego in a way. I'm not gonna lie, like they have an ego and they want to, if they come in, they want to come in right, which honestly is not bad because this is someone who makes an effort for you. You know, this is someone who takes you out on a date and plans everything and really sits there and listens to you and makes an effort. Not just to get to know you surface level. They want to have conversations about real things that interest you, not just small talk. This is someone with intelligence. You know, this is the card of wisdom, by the way. You both meet each other at eye level, and I feel this balance. I'm also seeing scales like balance. Libra could also be significant here. Libra has a lot to do with balance, justice as well. You want to, this is both of you, you want to have a relationship where both people are equal. There's equal give and take. There's no one who is above the other person. You can talk about everything. You can be yourself. And this is what this relationship is giving between you. Because I'm looking into the potential. I'm not looking into, you know, the version of reality where everything is going, you know, where everything is not playing out for you. And you shouldn't do that either. You should not. Spirit is saying do not play out scenarios of competition, baggage, betrayal, like all these realities where you were only the second option, you know, where you kind of felt like left out, betrayed, not chosen. Throw it away. Because what is waiting for you on the other side of this is the Lovers, and this is the connection you've been waiting for. Okay? If you want to harness this energy, because you're on the verge of something, the way that you see that person right now kind of defines how they're showing up in your reality. Because with thought transmission, telepathy, they're picking up on everything you're thinking. So basically, they're thinking whatever you're thinking they're thinking. And your inner conversations, whenever you're talking to them, this is not just going to waste. They hear it, they can feel you. And you can connect to that timeline where you have it all with them. Whatever it is you want to call in, where it is unfolding in the most perfect way. If you want to harness that, go to the link down below. You can find my telepathy guide there where I have collected everything that I have learned on 2.5 years of being on the twin flame journey. You know, I was in separation, no contact, overwhelmed by all these signs of synchronicities. I was really like, am I going crazy? But honestly, you can use this to further strengthen your bond. You know, you can connect in such amazing ways. I mean, I have an amazing method in there that is called the photo method, where you can send them energy and you can also receive it. So you can send that person your love. You can send them all these intentions, whatever you want to call it in, and you can also receive energy from them. What they're thinking, what they're feeling, wow. We also have Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Okay, Spirit is giving me a clear message. You're a little bit frustrated right now about the no movement, about that there is no visible movement right now. You've been calling in this relationship not as a test, but as a reward for what you've been going through in your life. You know, with all these other relationships, the hurt of the past, the betrayal, whatever took place, you currently are being asked to not show up from these past relationships from that angle of like, oh my God, what if they don't choose me? What if they don't want me? Kind of like playing out these old patterns, but you're being asked to trust that in this void, everything is already happening for you, you know? This silence or this no contact is not to punish you. And you can actually find ways on how it can be fulfilling even before it is here, okay? Even before it is physically there, because like when clients are asking me what is going on behind the scenes, the thing is, you know how often their person has been following whatever they've been telling themselves, picturing, you know, when they're like, this is what they're doing, how often this was exactly taking place, but because you can't see it in real time, maybe they're not posting a lot. I feel like maybe this person is very secretive about, you know, what they're actually thinking. They might not post all of their thoughts, you know, out there on the internet. So this having to guess what's going on is kind of challenging, I know, but you're not really guessing, because whatever you say is going on, even if you can't see it. And this is the key, you know, this is what we have to understand. Oh my God, guys. I am so tired right now. It is so incredibly warm. And this reading is again all over the place, but I need to get it out. And well, I want to draw a few message cards from them. Let me see. So, what do they want to say to you? Let's see. Also, I was looking at my time. It's 22:22. I also want you to look at your time, where you're at right now. And I want you to look it up, because this is an angel number. This is a message from them as well. Wow. This is so funny, because that actually came out in one of my other readings along with that card here. Go and watch it. I'm going to link it somewhere, but they are haunted by what they have not said to you. Every single day, they regret not being able, if it makes sense, to put all that they are feeling, because it is so much, you know, all they feel and all that is going on within them. It's almost like I'm seeing like a storm, you know, and all of that is going on, but they're not really able to put it into words. And on top of that, despite them being so confident on the outside, a part of them is like, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. And this is holding them back from fully approaching you or fully putting the cards on the table. Let me see. This love is holy. It is sacred to me. Yeah, it is giving really something is above your connection. Like there is some layer of protection above you, you know, where you know, when the divine is kind of talking to us, but it's not talking to us in words or, you know, phrases. More often than not, it's talking in synchronicities, signs, angel numbers, you know, all these gut feelings. And this love is protected, you know, your love is protected. Like, don't ever think that you're gonna mess anything up just because it looks bumpy in between. And they see you as angelic, or they see you as someone who really has a heart of gold. I'm hearing has a, wow. And also the heart is coming out too. They have a fragile heart. Wow. You both are really, despite everything you went through in life, you both kept such a kind and gentle heart. And this is why I feel like you are a perfect match, because you will treat each other with kindness, respect. All I've said before, it's like this mutual give and take, you know? Finally, a connection where you don't have to question, you don't have to run after the other person always. You know, if you allow them right now to, you know, I feel like they're working on themselves to be the person that you truly deserve, because they have seen your value. And they want to kind of show up in that Knight of Pentacles energy. Spoiling you, yes, maybe, you know, like taking you out on a fancy date and stuff like that, but more so really spoiling you with time, you know, quality time together, where they really focus on you, where you are the centerpiece. You are the number one. There's not even a doubt in my mind when I'm seeing that. It's like they want to not only tell you how much you mean to them, but show you. You know how some people just say, and they talk a lot, but they never do anything. But this is someone who I feel like is very practical, is the word that is coming up. Pragmatic, practical, down to earth. Building something together is also something I've heard. Wow, and 2 cards are coming out. Yeah. Oh my God, this is really coming together with haunted by words I've never said. What if we could start over again? I feel like in their mind, this is what they're kind of saying. I wish we could start over and I could really say whatever I felt from the beginning right at the start. And in a way, it is, you know, that feeling of FOMO. And they have that feeling of FOMO with your life together, because it's like, if only we would have met sooner, we could have spent more time together. If only I would have made my mind up sooner, I could have approached you, I could have said all these things, but now they haunt me, you know, and they're kind of in a spiral of this is interesting. And also slow burn is coming up. This is actually a positive card, because with you, believe it or not, your intention, for whatever reason that came up, they do have good intentions, but your connection intensifies with time. You know, it gets better with time. Even in the silence, even at a distance, it's getting better. It's getting stronger. You know how some people, when you don't meet them, you kind of grow apart? With you, it's the opposite. You grow together, even at a distance. And that is the amazing thing. And if you want to tap into, there are a couple of sneaky ways of how you can tap into what they're thinking, what they're feeling, even if they're not really saying it, you know what I mean? You can grab my telepathy guide. It is currently on sale. Honestly, I do want you all to manifest with ease, and I have a manifestation blueprint that is going to help you if you're someone who's really impatient. You have a hard time, you know, looking at movements, getting caught up in whatever's happening in your 3D, or if you're curious about how telepathy works, then go and grab my telepathy guide, or just take a look around. I have so many amazing offers in my store. And well, that was it for today. It's already a long video, I can feel that. But you know, sometimes I'm rambling, and I guess you're also here for that. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on more. And I'm going to see you around in the next one.